The Coast Guard has suspended search efforts pending further development. It is never an easy decision.
It is now a recovery mission off the coast of Santa Cruz Island. 34 people presumed dead in that dive boat fire. I'm Sandra Mitchell. It's our top story on KCAL 9 News at noon and streaming on CBS in LA. Here is the very latest. The bodies of 20 victims have been recovered. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff says divers have seen the bodies of 4 to 6 other victims in the wreckage, but right now it's just too dangerous, so the wreckage has to be stabilized before the divers can go in. We have live team coverage for you this afternoon. KCAL 9's Candace Crone is with the families waiting for some word on their loved ones. And first, Tina Patel, live from Santa Barbara, where authorities just gave us an update a little while ago. Tina?
Yeah, Sandra, it was really emotional to hear officials admit that after searching for nearly 24 hours, they have seen no signs of any survivors, and they are switching from a search and rescue operation into a recovery operation. Take a look at this video. The Coast Guard says all throughout the day yesterday, they ran 7 missions throughout the day, working with other agencies and teams in the air, on boats, and underwater, looking for survivors, but they just did not see anything. This morning at 9:40 a.m., they decided to officially suspend that effort. From what they can tell, there is no indication that any of the people who were below deck on that dive boat when it caught on fire were able to make it out. Now, we have video from the Santa Barbara Harbor last night. We saw several coroner's vans transporting the bodies of some of the victims. As you said, 20 have been recovered, which leaves 14 still in the water. The sheriff says they have spotted 4 to 6 bodies near the wreckage. He talked about the effort to try and reach those.
So the question was, of the remaining remains that are in the vessel, will they be brought up today, and could there be other remains that are on the ocean floor? Certainly our hope is that we will be able to penetrate the wreckage today, stabilize the vessel, penetrate the wreckage, conduct an investigation, search it, and then recover any remains that are in the boat. In terms of what is outside in the debris field, we just don't know at this point.
The Sheriff's Department says they're already working to identify the victims. Although they have a list of the people that were on board, they say in order to make positive IDs, they are going to need to get DNA samples from family members. Right now, they don't have any identifications that they are releasing, but they say a large majority of the people on that boat were from the Santa Cruz area. As for the investigation, they say they are going to use all necessary means to figure out what caused this fire. Later on today, they will be having formal interviews with the 5 crew members who survived. That's the very latest. We'll send it back to you.
Such a heartbreaking day for so many people. Tina, thank you. The victims' loved ones trying to come to terms with this tragedy. KCAL 9's Candace Crone is live in Santa Barbara, where there is a growing memorial, and that's where the Conception is usually docked.
That's right, Sandy. This is where the boat was supposed to return yesterday, but now flowers and candles, 34, one for each victim, placed here in their memory.
She was a crew member. Yeah, but I think that's all I want to talk about for right now.
This woman told us her sister was the only crew member who did not make it off the Conception when it caught fire yesterday, killing dozens of people. She didn't want to share her name, but said her sister was among the 34 on the lower level of the boat who could not escape the flames.
Like, it's just overwhelming right now. Sorry.
We've learned Christy Finstad is among the victims. She was leading a dive trip on the boat. On Facebook, her brother thanked the community for its love and support during this tragic time. Another victim pictured here with the message, "I love you, Allie, and you know I always will." Early this morning, searchers from local sheriff departments loaded up their boats to scour the waters near Santa Cruz Island in hopes of recovering the bodies of those still missing.
The gravity of it is just immense.
Flowers and candles mark the spot where the Conception was supposed to dock yesterday. Jennifer Stafford is among the many community members who added to the memorial honoring the victims.
If a family member comes here, I want them to know that each person matters equally.
Stafford said even though she doesn't know any of the victims, she wanted to be here to comfort the families and let them know they're not alone.
Oh, and I think that for me was really rewarding to be here when somebody might have needed a hug.
And we've also learned that 2 students and 2 parents from a Santa Cruz high school are also among the victims. Live in Santa Barbara, Candace Crone, KCAL 9 News.